I didn't even hear it myself.
Okay, hello, good evening, everyone. My name is Brad Gottschall. I'm the Lower Paxton Township Manager, and in typical fashion, I will give a brief summary of tonight's meeting for the benefit of those who may be watching at home on television. So tonight is a business session of the Board of Supervisors, and under new business, the board will have several action items to include action on Resolution 2023-06, which authorizes the use of PennDOT's policy and procedure manual with regard to the selection of consultants for a public works project. After this, the board will take action on Resolution 2023-08, which authorizes the township's participation in the DCED's Strategic Management Planning Program Phase 2. That is a grant project. After this, the board will take action on a number of subdivision and land development items to include Resolution 2023-07, which is a sewer planning module for the Parkway Farms subdivision plan. Following that, the board will approve the improvement guarantees, take action to pay township and authority bills. Finally, hear any lasting announcements before finally making a motion to adjourn. With all that said, members of the board are seated and prepared to conduct business. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Gottschall. We'll call this meeting of the Lower Paxton Board of Supervisors to order. I would like to ask everyone to please rise, and Supervisor Zumas will lead us in the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let us now move to approval of minutes for the meeting of April 11th, 2023, a workshop session. Is there a motion?
Chairman, so moved.
So moved. Is there a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
The Board of Supervisors did meet in executive session prior to this meeting, and I don't believe we're going to have further executive session afterward because we are a little late in starting tonight, which we are doing because tonight was the recognition and award ceremony for our first responder community, our Lower Paxton Township Police, our 3 township fire departments, and our EMS. And it was a great evening over at Heroes Grove, recognizing the heroism that has taken place in the township over the past year, which is why we are running a bit late on the meeting tonight. A public comment is the time set aside for items not on the agenda. Would anybody like to talk about an item not on the agenda? Bill, I guess that's you. Do you want to talk on an item that's not on the agenda, or are you okay? You're our only public. Give me an update? Okay, give us an update.
Good evening, members of the board. I just came from the LACA meeting, regular monthly meeting. The Memorial Day Parade, of course, is coming up on Monday of Memorial Day with the Legion. LACA will have the Linglestown Mile. We're planning for 175 people that will run the mile through Linglestown, preceding the parade at 12 o'clock. The parade is at 1. And LACA is also planning to bring back on September 30th the Taste of Linglestown activity, where we've had upwards of 700 people who have come and have a great time walking around the village and sampling all these different foods. We have about 30 registered participants already. So just keeping those in mind, and I will give some updated information to Jack so that he can get things like this on the website.
Bill, did they have a time
For
the Taste of Linglestown?
yes. I'm thinking it's 2 to 5 on September 30th. Just give me a second here. 2 until 5.
And then will they be selling tickets?
Yes.
I'm just trying to figure out how many hundreds. I just belong to some groups that we're trying to figure out if we're going to participate or not.
Yeah, so we have openings still.
Okay, but I mean, you have to have some type of a food to give out.
Correct.
So will you be selling 200 tickets, 300 tickets?
Oh, more.
Okay,
We're hoping, I'm sure we're hoping 500, 600, something like that.
okay.
Our biggest was over 700 people. If any of you have attended,
Yeah.
you've seen that.
Okay.
It's our biggest event of the, well, now with the Christmas, I guess that competes. But we've had some nice turnouts of events in the village, which I'm very happy for.
So if you reserve a booth, then you would have to give some type of a little treat
Correct.
with the amount of tickets that you're going to be selling.
Correct.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Bill. This takes us to chairman and board member comments. Board members, do we have any comments?
I just have two. Mr. Zumas, Mr. Henry, and myself attended the Lower Paxton Lions Club 75th anniversary on Saturday night. It was a very nice evening, and congratulations to the Lower Paxton Lions of 75 years of service to the residents in Lower Paxton Township. And Monday night, Mr. Zumas and myself were delegates. We attended the Council of Government, and they had a speaker on commuter services, and I was in touch with Mr. Gutschall, and he said we're using a lot of those services now through Civic Plus that we have, so, yep. And then you talked about we were all at the Heroes Grove tonight.
Yes. Any other board members have comments? No? Okay. Managers report?
Just one item quickly, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. In typical fashion, the board will be entertaining public presentations for the Dauphin County Local Share Municipal Grant process, the applications from community boards and groups should be submitted to the township to my attention by June 9th, which would allow then enough time for the agenda to be set for the board's presentations, which will occur on June 13th. So all public groups should have their applications and project submittals to me by June 9th. And that is my only item, sir.
Okay, thank you. We have no items under old business, but under new business, we need to take action on Resolution 2023-06, this authorizing the use of PennDOT's policy and procedures for consultant selection. Mr. Godshall.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, members of the board, this action item is in relation to the Traffic Signal Technologies Grant, which the township and Susquehanna Township has received in the amount of $1.2 million. This project, as we know, will allow for the installation of a coordinated traffic signal corridor on Route 39 between Lower Paxton Township and Susquehanna Township. And this action on Resolution 23-06 tonight merely sets up a committee through which engineers who submit RFPs to that committee will be selected. So PennDOT requires that the engineer and consulting for this project be done through this qualification-based awards process. So this sets up that committee and allows us to follow that procedure.
Okay. Any questions, board members?
It looks like the committee, a qualification selection committee consisting of a minimum of 3 people. It looks like 3 of them are from Susquehanna, and 1 of them is from Lower Paxton.
Yes, sir. Yes, the
You only need 3 to conduct business, or
there is a maximum allowed number of members as well, and that is the maximum number.
but consisting of a minimum. I'm just saying, could 3 of them do business without our Lower Paxton guy taking part? You know what I'm saying?
I'm confused at the question, sir.
It's a qualification selection committee consisting of a minimum of 3 people,
Uh-huh.
and then it lists 4 names.
Oh, it's saying that the committee must have a minimum of 3 members and a maximum of 4. So we are selecting to have 4 members.
Okay.
Does that answer your question?
Yes, I just didn't know how many it took to conduct. I just wouldn't want them conducting business, doing this qualification selection
Without us.
Without our guy.
Oh, yeah, no.
That's all.
No.
I thought it would be 2 and 2, but it's 3 and 1.
Yeah.
No big deal.
We did this as a professional courtesy to Susquehanna. They had requested those members, so
That's perfectly
And-
fine.
Tim feels confident he can
Perfectly fine.
carry the shoulder the weight.
Okay.
Anybody else have questions? Seeing none, is there a motion to approve Resolution 2023-06?
Mr. Chairman, I would move that we approve Resolution 2023-06, authorizing the use of PennDOT's policy and procedure for consultant selection.
So moved. Is there a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Our other item of new business, we need to take action on Resolution 2023-08, authorizing the township's participation in the Pennsylvania Department of Community and Economic Development Strategic Management Planning Program for financial assistance for Phase 2 projects. Again, Mr. Miller.
I will take that, Mr. Chairman. Thank you. Members of the board, what you have before you tonight is a resolution that will allow us to move forward with Phase 2 of the STAMP program. If you're well aware, we finished the Phase 1 assessment, which was a pretty thorough management assessment financial analysis, which we had a very open public presentation for, and identified a series of additional studies and processes to go through to enhance and improve our operations and management structure. And this first package is a presentation requesting 3 programs. Please note that this action is not tying us to any contracts or vendors at this time. It's really setting a budget request to the state that we can start the process to attempt to get our awarded funding of a 50-50 grant match. The 3 projects are for enhancement within our community development department with new software, which will allow us to better connect with the public through Public Portal, as well as improve our inner workings with regards to township and authority and public works with regards to work orders and permit and plan management, taking quite a bit more into that digital realm. The other 2 projects include a classification and compensation study. It's been some time since the board management have reassessed our compensation plan, so we'll give an assessment over the benefits, job duties, and structure that we have for administrative non-union staff. And then finally, a feasibility assessment, a pretty thorough one, in fact, in relation to the building we're in currently, as far as the future needs of the township with regards to staff, capacity, and size, and the ability of this facility to meet that from a personnel and public perspective. So with this resolution, if approved, this will give us the ability to submit the grant approvals. The grant program will open with the state's fiscal year, July 1st, and we'll hope to have these moving pretty quickly here in the summer. And I'll take any questions that you might have.
Any questions? You've explained it well. We have no questions. That being the case, would there be a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion that we adopt Resolution 2023-08, authorizing the township's participation in the Pennsylvania Department of Community and Economic Development's Strategic Management Planning Program for financial assistance for Phase 2 projects.
So moved. Is there a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
And that takes us to subdivision and land development. We have to take action on Resolution 23-07, approving a sewage facility planning module for Parkway Farms subdivision plan. Mr. Godshall, I guess you're taking that. We approved that plan last time.
Yes, sir. At your last meeting, you did approve the subdivision plan for the Parkway Farms plan. This resolution 23-07 merely then approves the sewer component of that plan. If you will, the Pennsylvania Sewage Facilities Act requires that municipalities adopt a facilities plan for each of the subdivision plans to allow for the adequate processing of sewage from that approved plan. So this resolution does approve the sewage transmission and treatment for the Parkway Farms plan, and it will allow for 12,000 GPDs to be added to Lower Paxton system. So that's what this resolution does.
Okay. Questions, board members?
None.
Hearing none, is there a motion to approve?
And Mr.
Resolution.
Chairman, I move that we approve action on Resolution 2023-07, approving a sewage facility planning module for Parkway Farms subdivision plan as described by Mr. Gottschall.
So moved. Is there a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
This takes us to improvement guarantees.
Mr. Chairman, could we do the last one, please, by voice?
Okay.
Brooke?
Can we have a motion to approve the first three improvement guarantees, please?
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve the improvement guarantee for 783 North 67th Street, establishing Straywin Farms Phase 6 releasing, Straywin Farm Phase 5C and 9B releasing.
So moved. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
And is there a motion to approve the final improvement guarantee?
So moved, approve the final improvement guarantee for Shadebrook Phase 2 road dedication released.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay. Roll call vote, please. The microphone's
Mrs.
working.
Lindsay,
Abstain for personal reasons.
Mr. Zumis,
Aye.
Mr. Judd,
Aye.
Mr. Navarro,
Aye.
Mr. Henry.
Aye. That now takes us to the payment of bills for Lower Paxton Township and the Lower Paxton Township Authority. Mr. Treasurer.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I move that we approve payment of bills for the Lower Paxton Township and the Lower Paxton Township Authority.
Is there a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Are there any additional announcements?
Just that we have Lower Paxton Township Sewer Authority next Tuesday at 7 o'clock in this room.
And the next meeting of the Board of Supervisors will be a business meeting, and it being a 5 Tuesday month, we will not meet now until Tuesday, June 6th at 7 p.m. in this room. And with that, is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned.